but here too competing in Seoul, Korea, in his home territory, with Korea right now sitting in rank 4, trying to climb up that ladder, reclaim first place and deliver a victory. Seoul doing a great job carrying the freight as the circle going to just center up right to the north of Impala. Now, there are some big rotations that have to come in, especially on the western and southwestern side. See DraftKings taking a lot of damage there from the Aussie squad.
Yeah, Tiddleton and Luke 12 getting involved there. Oh, Brexco lucky to get in without getting knocked. Vietnam, once again, just harassing everybody on these flanks, and immediately the rest of Isaki's team coming to back him up. They want to take this fight. They know they've got Germany on the edge, and that is a lot of damage done to It's Chris, who a brilliant seat swap, able to get to the other side of this house, but any more damage and he is knocked. Yeah, perfectly timed. Perfectly placed by Hisaki. Kowo gets a double headshot there. Gets duck juice down, but Hisaki quick to trade.
Yeah, Kowo wasn't expecting the second man there from that angle. And now Brexco, last hope here for Germany, does find Himas right there. Gets the flush on him. No! Actually not able to connect with all those bullets. So Vietnam with a chance to save their top gun right here. Hisaki on the HUD. And he with a crouch spray. He ducks over it. And Germany's eliminated. 16th, the first team out of this lobby. And the fight continues on right now with the UK. Fex spraying down, trying to get Unforgiven here from Team India. See if he can get him finished off with a frag grenade, but it seems like it's just short.
Yeah, it's gonna catch the front of that room window. The second one's good though. It gets behind. Fex looking for another. If it gets deep, oh, it doesn't though. Unforgiven able to stay alive for now. But this is a tough spot here for him, the superstar from India. A lot of people really think he may be the best player in their region right now. Looking to try to get something done in this game as the last surviving player. Australia on the move on the northwest side of the circle. Not much to work with here. Yeah, oh God, Rybox with the AWM even. This is so tough, man. What is going on with these bolts?
Yeah, it's just absolutely insane. And not only Rybox, but also Team Thailand is doing a ton of damage right now as their Australians are driving through both an Argentinian and a Thailand compound, losing 2 men in the process, or at least 1 man again getting the flush. As, oh no, the tires, they're coming out. Waikiki loses a lot of momentum here. He's gonna try and reverse his way to freedom. Can he do it?
He might be okay. I don't know.
It's scary.
Yeah, the problem now is that now you're under the sightlines of this half pipe holding Japan.
And not just Japan, but also Vinny from Brazil, I think, has an angle on this one too, right on the other side. So Australia, I mean, they thread the needle through 4 different teams. Somehow they're going to have 3 men up at the end of it, but woof.
We need to get a little more Rybox POV. He's hitting a couple AWM shots I'm seeing in that kill feed. Love to see it. Korea going to be pressuring Chinese Taipei. Their defense has been really, really good, and that is a double kill there, or a double knock, excuse me. Xavier Zen, non-Sol though, able to come up huge once again and save Korea's bacon in a team fight. Loki Heaven bleeding out quickly. Is there anything they're going to be able to do to save both of them? Grenades are out from Pongsker. This could be disaster. They bounce right into Anonix, getting the flush onto Loki, but Sol out on the edge does a bunch of damage, at least keeping Chinese Taipei at bay momentarily. Sol going to spot 1. No opportunity for res. No opportunity for respite here as the pressure is on from Xavier.
Yeah, Sol with the frag grenade able to get the finishing damage there on Pongsker, so he is going down, and Sol gonna try and be the hero once again for Team Korea. He's been on fire here in day 2. But let's see if we can salvage this situation. Xavier looks like he was getting ready to come and emerge from that area, but Sol with a beautiful read, throws the Molotov, catches him, gets a ton of damage, and he's gonna have to first aid. Sol now with another frag, trying to find an angle, trying to buy some time. That one almost connected with Pongsker again, but paper thin. Here comes Team China.
Yeah, it's showtime, baby. The grenades, he saw Xavier. He's gonna throw one, didn't get around the side corner. He just kind of misjudged. That angle would actually kickstart, knocks him for his trouble. Walks out into the open, he's gonna pay the price, but Longsker quickly able to buy a little bit of extra help, even though Show gonna get flushed out. Sol though is up and running, can't control the spray enough, but he had gotten the res onto Anonix, who's gonna finish the job.
Oh my goodness, Sol coming through that MVP performance right now for Team Korea, just absolutely clutch, saving Anonix and then going out to fight and setting his team up into a position where they can survive despite all of this gunfire just raining down around them. You can see Longsker kind of fishing right now through that smoke, trying to get the flush. He knows that Korea is battered and bruised, sitting in that smoke. And man, what a chaotic section of the map right now.
Yeah, I mean, Seoul with heroics in this game multiple times over. Run, AX steps up and puts Emick down, able to get the flush as well. Sole survivor for Japan now. Grenades are out, trying to flush him. That's good, that's perfect. Very nicely done by Rybox, who's having a hell of a game here.
It's a beautiful calculation right there on that frag. These vehicles for Argentina, very damaged. Gonna be hard for them to work their way into safety, although I think they can consolidate on the left side of that road. Meanwhile, USA here, they're just to the south of Team Korea. There was a lot of fighting going on between all these teams. China came into 3P, and then USA was 4Ping the 3P, so everyone should have a pretty good idea that these teams are surrounding this area, and so yeah, USA, they're just going to try and bail out and find a different angle to come in from because they do not want to contend with both Team China and Team Korea.
Yeah, there's a dip here, and it's relatively safe for now. I don't know. Oops.
Whoa,
well,
there
bye-bye.
we go.
Yeah, bye-bye. That was a good grenade from Lazza there. Nice little grenade into the shack. USA still a frag and a couple mollies here for Shrimzy. I wasn't sure if Korea had any more frags, but able to scoop up probably a couple off of the bodies of the fallen members of Chinese Taipei. They're putting them to good use. Seoul, we get the knock on to kickstart here. 5 kills already for Seoul.
800 damage on Seoul nearly. This is unbelievable. There's still 33 players left in the lobby.
There's more grenades. There's more grenades to be found. I see them running over these bodies and picking them up. China wants to get, or excuse me, Canada wants to get on the action. And Finna's going to steal that knock away. Finna trying to finish off Shrimzy, but Shrimzy finds a good angle where it's going to be tough to cook a grenade and get it into that spot.
Yeah, especially from the Canadian side. It would have to be cooked and timed perfectly. And actually Crazy coming in, and Onyx might think this is safe. Crazy though, because of that slight elevation difference with the road, was not exactly aware of how exposed Onyx in fact was. So instead he's playing it very cautiously. He knows that there are other players on the side of this and doesn't want to overextend himself, but had he peeked over that ledge, Onyx would have been dead right.
So he got backed off by Australia.
Was that it?
Yeah, they were covering a little bit here for Korea. Not really intentionally, but this is going to give Onyx an opportunity to try to find some space to recover and maybe make another move forward. He's not in the circle just yet. Canada though, Keenan standing up right next to the grenade. Didn't quite read where it landed. A couple more shots left in this AWM from Rybox. And now having to throw stuns to buy a little bit of space here to continue to put pressure down onto Canada.
Yeah, Flood from Team Australia right now trying to find an angle on these Korean players as Rybox comes in, gets the flush right there on Keenan, and Finna from Canada able to finally eliminate the last remaining player from the USA. So Shrimzy is out. America falling 11th in this lobby as the chaos just absolutely continues. This circle all the way to the northwest of Impala. There's not that much playable area for these teams to contest, but considering the fact that we have Canada, Argentina, Australia, Korea, and China all on the south and southwestern edge.
Well, Canada able to kind of get out of the initial push around. That vehicle's going to blow up very, very soon in Onyx, which may, if he can not die right here, actually may not be that bad if it blows up. It actually isn't fully. Oh, that vehicle almost sent. I like the try, Finna. Appreciate the effort.
He's bowling.
Yeah, exactly, dude. He's going bowling.
Oh, it's so sick. All right, so South Korea eventually does get cleaned out there. Man, Rybox is popping off right now. He's getting all these straggler kills.
He's playing out of his mind this game. I love to see it. He's actually going to be the one to get at him. Great stuff with that AWM. I don't think he has any more shots left of that AWM. Vard going to fall as UK trying to get ahead of the next circle, but not really finding much space to do anything. China, Longsker, Crazy, yeah, just going to be able to block them completely out. Oh, a hell of a spray, though, from Honey Badger. Maybe buys himself the opportunity to do some damage.
Yeah, he's going to have to pop this first aid kit, but that HP ticking down. I don't think it's going to pop in time.
Oh,
no.
He doesn't. I thought he had it for a second.
It was close. It was like one tick off.
So close. All right, Australia behind Argentina, who is just absolutely thriving in this particular game, and a big part of it is Rybox with that AWM with those shots. This Murado is not happy. It's already letting a few embers fly out of the engine, but I think they can get to where they need to go. Decent damage done.
Oh no, they lose so much momentum on this flip.
Oh no, the tire got popped, and I think that caused the flip. The vehicle's gonna explode, they're out in the open. They're getting cut down to size by Hemas. Flood the only one left, and Hemas is gonna find all three.
Oh, my fantasy points keep climbing. Let's go, man. Vietnam Hemas is absolutely popping off. I mean, they are riding the momentum from day one so hard right now. They picked up 15 kills in the final lobby of that day. And now here in day two, they continue to rack it up. Double digits already in match number 2 on the day.
He's unreal. He's just absolutely unreal this year. Hemas, just start to finish, one of the best in the world, no doubt about it. Schofield keeping China stuck in Impala as much as he can. Smokes are out, trying to make a bridge into the next zone, but this is maybe a zone too far here for this Chinese duo.
Yeah, it's a long way to go with not a lot of playable terrain in front of them. And Hemas, you can just see him on the minimap waiting for them to come in. Maybe if Crazy can get a knock here onto Glib, it might open up some opportunity, but that's only the Denmark team. You still have Vietnam with, what, they had the 3 men up for a second. I thought they might have had 4, but still, it's just too much. Yeah, that's Rossiter Jr. getting the knock here on Longsker. Crazy finally is able to dispatch Clip for now, but still the problems for China are just too much.
Grenade just a moment too short. Dukju's actually going to get knocked here by DraftKing. So even though Vietnam really looking strong in this game, 11 kills, they're getting cut down to size right now. Some of these crossfires, but they can still survive. They can still get something done potentially. Of course, China is going to be eliminated in 5th, so a nice little salvage game here for China. Losing eggs left early, able to scramble, get a couple extra points. But Turkey could really make a move up the leaderboard. Again, even though, yeah, they might not be in a position where they're potentially looking at winning the event, but every position matters. And who knows, a big day today, and we could be talking about them having a big day tomorrow and maybe making a move.
I mean, they're starting off on the right foot right now. 4 players up in total in this last circle. Already 5 kills on the board. They're making a move on Team Vietnam. A lot of confidence here for Turkey to be able to move in on this position. And Vietnam's not expecting it. Big spray there from Code Marco, just 1 bullet shy of getting the knock. And now the nades come in.
Yeah, this is tough now for these 2 players up front on this hill. They're going to need help from the back line, but Laza is so accurate. Gets the headshot onto Dukju's, and now Hemas on the backside. Not really much he can do with those smokes out in front of him. Trying to cover, but
wow.
Nasty shots for Code Marco, and he's still ready for Glories. He switched over to that AR. That is so smart.
Man, Turkey is popping off here in match number 8. Hemas, the lone survivor right now for Team Vietnam. We'll see if he can make some more magic happen. And Code Marco just immediately gets the read on him as soon as he comes out of the door. This is a very precarious position.
Of course, that folding shield affording Hemas a little bit of extra ability.
But
peek around that corner. Oh, he got taken down. Yep.
Yeah. Code Marco with a headshot, and Turkey dispatching one of the strongest fighting teams here by getting the jump on them. Really impressive performance from a team that we knew from day one had more potential than they showed. And now here on day 2, kicking off with 8 kills in this match.
Yeah, exactly. We knew you couldn't keep Turkey down, and you're seeing why. Absolutely having a phenomenal game. Thailand 4 up as well, though. Still a role to play in this potentially. May have been a little bit of a quiet one for Team Thailand, but they could finish it with a bang, no doubt about it. Phase 7, though, not favorable to Argentina. I think they can barely get on the edge of this hillside and kind of stay in and just wait this out. Turkey as well, able to fortify their position. So all 3 teams are going to have something to play with into Phase 7. Phase 8 going to be pretty interesting how they're going to maneuver. Likely Argentina is going to have to make a move. Almost like 100%. They're going to have to move somewhere, and I think they're going to be the ones with the most difficult position to play out of.
Oh, undoubtedly, they're going to have the most difficult position. I think looking at the map, it's probably going to be them having to rotate clockwise towards the north at the edge towards Thailand. I think they might have a little bit of a lip on that field to play with, but it's hard to find, man. I mean, we get a little bit of a shot of it here with Thanadol from Thailand just looking down on that angle, but keep in mind that he's not the westmost players here for Team Thailand. You know, maybe Nurens or Rosated actually have a better sight line on these Argentinian players.
Yeah, I think some damage done here to Thailand might afford Argentina an opportunity to make a move, but they're just gonna sit on the edge of the circle. They don't want to make a push just yet. So time is going to continue to tick. Phase 8 just centers right up, just donuts. So now everybody has to kind of play into the center, but Turkey, if they can control the top of this mountain, they're going to feel, I think, pretty comfortable and potentially come through with a win. I think they've got a really good opportunity here to find a win and change their destiny in this event.
Yeah, I want to see exactly what kind of foothold that Lotsa and Schofield have on that side of the mountain. We get a shot of it here with Ale having a bit of an angle, and if they could work their way through and maybe try and find some sightline on a Team Thailand, that could relay a lot of information to the Mad and Code Marco on the ground. Some hard cover. Lotsa with a headshot there on Ale. It's a nice opening salvo. For both Team Thailand and Turkey, if they can dispatch this Argentinian squad that is sitting in the bottom left in rank 1, it'll be great for them. Rybox tried to make some magic happen there with that frag, but a little bit short.
Turkey is trying to flank out to the southern side of the circle, and that is dangerous. They're getting a lot of damage in, but now they're able to return fire on to Team Thailand. Rossida Jr. going to be knocked there by Code Marco. Rybox going to use his opportunity to try to strike, but didn't like what he saw when he peeked up over that angle.
Especially with Code Marco just shooting him from that side angle. That's going to be Rybox going down. I loved how brave he was pushing out from that, because Argentina really needs to make some kind of magic happen given their position here in the circle. But yeah, look at this angle that Schofield has right now. The 3x Hog able to get a ton of damage in with these sprays on Thailand if they're not careful. And now more nades coming in on Argentina. Their position's exposed. Nuran's able to get the knock there onto Ale. More nades coming in. DraftKings might be dispatched by this one, and he certainly will be. So Argentina eliminated here, third in the lobby, still first in the rankings, and now it's between Team Turkey and Team Thailand.
Still a brilliant game from Argentina. Got to tip the cap to them.
Yeah.
With the way that they're able to come through. Rybox in particular putting up some big numbers there for them. But Turkey wants to keep Thailand on this western edge, but a knock here on to Schofield from Rossida Jr. Code Marco needs to start hitting these shots if he's going to buy a little bit of time, a little bit of space. One more is going to do it. There you go. Code Marco has to reload now. Putting pressure onto Rossida Jr., but can't keep him under his sight lines.
Yeah, it's tough because he does not want to overexpose himself to Thanadal or Norans on the flanks. And now with the circle starting to close in, he has to kind of start throwing these smokes, make something happen. Now Schofield is going to get the flush there on Poochills. 3 versus 4 right now. Thailand, Thanadal. Oh, if he can find a really good nade on this one, it just goes a bit too far. If it had ricocheted off that rock, it would have gotten Schofield's head to rights. But instead, Schofield just going to continue to be a thorn in the side here of Team Thailand. Nuran's finally coming out to the blue. We're going to try that nade again, and that time a bit closer, but still shy. Doesn't matter though, the knock comes through.
And he's got the FAMAS. Does Thanadal, so he's got that level 3 gear. That could be the difference maker here for Team Thailand. Turkey, 3 players up though. They've got the man advantage. Schofield gonna crawl over, try to get a little bit of info. Thanadal wise to it. Laza though up on top. Not able to find the angle initially. Should have just seen it. I think he might have missed the head. He did. Thanadal punishes it. Thanadal going for more, but the Mad through the smoke takes him down. The Mad now going to use the opportunity to try to cover a little bit of ground. Code Marco trying to keep Rossida Jr. underneath him. Rossida Jr. eyes to the sky. No, he turns around and it's going to be Turkey finding a big win.
Excellent play there by Team Turkey. The monkey is off their back after a slow start in day number 1. We knew they had the potential to come through later in this tournament, and with a big 12-kill win, they climb up the rankings to rank 11 above Chinese Taipei, above Australia, above Team Canada, and now they're really in contention with a couple more games to start to crack that top 8.
Brilliant stuff there from them. I mean, Thailand, you know, fought tooth and nail at the end, really gave it a good run, but just a much trickier position to play from. Turkey, again, had the high ground, had the win condition, still inside that phase 8 circle, and able to lock it down long enough. If one of those grenades had maybe connected a little bit sooner, maybe that's able to kind of shift into Thailand's favor, but they were all just a bit too far.
That's one of the toughest grenade angles to throw, too. I mean, you kind of need it to ricochet off of that rock to get the maximum amount of airtime.
Or it's got to be cooked
position,
perfectly.
and it has to be cooked perfectly, or a combination of the two. I mean, that's tough from the low ground when you have to also worry about other players from Team Turkey who might be able to gun you down from a flanking angle. You don't want to overexpose yourself, so it's a thin line to walk. And Thailand, they were not able to get that miracle grenade that maybe could have salvaged that final situation. But again, props to Team Turkey. They fought through a difficult day number 1 and played that match on Miramar beautifully. The positional play was just exceptional.
I agree. I totally agree. I thought they they almost played that to perfection. Another a little bit of an overextension towards the south maybe, but it did keep things under control. Some beautiful bolt shots here from Heaven, Rybox with the AAWM to really add some excitement, a little bit of spice. Soul, of course, just is disgusting. He reads situations so well individually. Again, I'm not even saying it. No bias, because I didn't say it. Tiggleton said it.
Tiggleton said it.
He's the best in the world right now.
Yeah, the global MVP for the year, as Tiggleton said. And I mean, if that's coming from Tiggleton, that's a high honor, to be sure. And I love how just on cue, almost as if it was scripted, Tiggleton says that in the interview, and then Soul has one of the most impressive games so far of PUBG Nations Cup 2023. Just really fun stuff.
Exactly, dude. You
just cued it in.
Can't write. You can't write it any better than that. I mean, Soul, the legend, living legend right now. Him and Tiggleton both the MVPs of the PGSs so far this year. So a lot of fun to see those guys come in and have some impactful performances. You know, Australia winning the first game, Seoul having a big game, Turkey having a big game, Vietnam just chose violence start to finish this one. I mean, literally fighting almost the entire game. You think back to the beginning when they were picking on India, and then just it's picking on America, it was fighting anyone they saw. It was nuts.
And it's kind of an unpredictable play style in a lobby that, you know, it's not exactly conservative or slow, but relative to Vietnam it is. And so, you know, the USA, when they're playing on that flank, they're not expecting anybody to push up on them the way that Vietnam does. But Vietnam, they just go pedal to the metal. They rack up the kills. And, yeah, they didn't get a lot of placement points, but very similar to, I think, match number 6 from day one. They just rack up kill after kill after kill. And, yeah, you didn't get the placement points, but, hey, those kills, they add up very quickly. 11 in total on the board. But, again, props to Team Turkey. They had a long goose egg there on day number 1, but they're really showing what they're made of here at day 2. Code Marco with 733 damage, 4 kills.
This guy, a legend, just so strong for so many years in PUBG esports from Turkey. Just had so many clutch moments in EMEA and in the global stages, whether he's on BBL or the squad, doesn't matter. This guy is always fragging out, always absolutely cracked out of his mind. So fun to watch him come through here and really, again, turn things around for Turkey. Still now, though, Argentina with their big game back on top. They continue to really just have a really solid read on the overall flow of everything. The kills are good. The placements are good. They're on pace to really do something special here at PNC 2023.
Yeah, but Germany with a little bit of a slow day. We're not a slow day exactly, but that match was a bit of a slow one for them. Usually they're able to get at least a couple of placement points, even if they're not firing on all cylinders. In this case, 0 kills. I don't believe they got any placement points either, and that gives a lot of room for teams like Vietnam, like Korea, like Brazil to start to close the distance.
Yep, things are very close. Denmark, by the way, still putting up some good points in that game. 5 points. Yeah, it's not amazing, but consistency is really important. China showing some more consistency here today as well. We really got to focus on them, and what they seem to have adjusted with here coming into the day seems to be a bit better, I think, at least with what my eyes are telling me so far. So I'm definitely keen on them. Turkey, no doubt about it, much better day. So that is so encouraging for this squad, because I was shocked that they went through, what was it, 4 matches with 0 points, whatever that's.
It was 4 or 5 matches.
That is unthinkable for the level of player that is on this team.
It might have been match 5 where they finally were able to break that goose egg. So I mean, they had their work cut out for them, and like we were talking about before yesterday, this is one of those things where, yeah, they have the skill, they have the potential to make plays like this happen, but sometimes you kind of get in your own head. You know, you have that goose egg, and it's just sitting in the back of your mind for 3-4 games. And suddenly it's a lot of pressure on you. So for Turkey to really break out here in day number 2, very early on as well. On Miramar, it's great to see in total 12 kills, 2K damage, right up there with Thailand. A lot of distance traveled. They worked for that position, and they leveraged it perfectly, or levered, as I might say.
They levered, no doubt about it. Thailand, by the way, tons of damage, no kills. That's a feels bad man for sure.
Yeah.
With how well. You know, again, I knew that they weren't doing a lot in the kill feed. We weren't seeing it in there in terms of kills, but that damage is astronomical for only getting that many kills. That's again, that
more than
sucks.
Turkey.
Exactly. So, you know, Thailand looking good here in the first couple matches, getting deep into these games, just not able to close things out. We'll see if they can turn it around. Again, tons of talent on this team. We've seen that they're really kind of dialed in here. They're playing smart. They're playing well overall. Another team that we were looking at to kind of be a potential mover and a shaker today. But we are ready for an interview, guys. It's going to be Bella down on the stage with Clib. Sending it down to you, Bella.
전 세계 PUBG e스포츠 팬들을 위한 축제 PNC 2023. 안녕하세요. 호스트 벨라 매치 8 끝나고 돌아왔습니다. Hello to everyone around the world. Welcome to day 2 of PNC 2023 held here in Seoul. 이제 어제 PNC에서 새로운 얼굴들이 있다고 했는데 오늘은 덴마크 어제 데이 1을 종합 5위로 마무리하면서 안정적인 성적을 보여줬는데요. 그 중에서도 클립 선수 종합 데미지 1위로 2655점을 기록하며 아주 우수한 활약을 했습니다. Yesterday, we met India's Translucent for their first PNC debut, and today we're going to have Team Denmark. Clip join us for some amazing damage points from day 1, and just to see how his experience at PNC has been like. Hello, Clip. Hello.
Hello.
안녕하세요. 처음에 이제 덴마크가 PNC로 참가하게 됐는데 그 소감 한번 부탁드립니다. I want to see how PNC 2023 has been like with you, making your first debut as Team Denmark.
I mean, so far it's been amazing. Obviously, it's our first event as this squad, but it's really nice, like playing in your own language, and it's nice to be invited.
이제 참가하게 돼서 초대를 받아서 참가하게 된 것만으로도 너무 신나고 엄청 좋다고 하네요. 우리 클립 선수가 3번째 한국행이에요. 근데 이전 대회들은 인천에 있었는데 뭔가 서울에서 열린 경기는 또 처음이라 그 경험은 또 어땠는지 한번 물어보겠습니다. So the other tournaments, you've been here 3 times already. This is your 3rd round. And the other tournaments were held somewhere like other than Seoul. So how has Seoul been like for you? Anything exciting?
It's amazing. There's a lot more people than Incheon. I spent 5 months of my life on Incheon Island, and I still haven't gotten to see Seoul, so it's an experience.
이제 전에 왔을 때 5개월 정도로 인천에서 이렇게 지냈었는데 서울에 와서 사람도 더 많고 뭔가 볼거리가 많아서 즐거웠다고 하네요. So 이제 PNC에서 덴마크가 처음 데뷔하게 되면서 팀으로서 좀 보여주고 싶은 모습이 있는지. So Denmark has made their first debut. Do you and your team have any messages that you want to deliver like through this tournament?
We definitely deserve to be here, and we want to show it. We want to be here, and we deserve to be here, and we want to show it.
Oh, you deserve to be here. 올 자격이 있었으니 뭔가 왔다고 우리 뭔가 존재감을 뽐내겠다. 이제 덴마크에서도 멀리서 이렇게 지켜보고 계시는 팬분들한테도 메시지 한번 보내야 되겠죠? Let's have a shout out to your Danish fans.
Can I do it in Danish?
Oh yeah, fire away. I won't be able to translate though.
That's fine.
That's fine. Okay.
Kom så, drengene. Bare rolig. I hiver den hjem.
Yeah. 제가 이제 덴마크어는 또 못해가지고 통역 어려운데 그래도 한다고 하네요. It's kom nu?
Kom så.
Kom nu?
Kom så.
Kom så?
You can also say kom nu.
Come nu, come nu.
Come nu.
Let's go. 우리 마무리하겠습니다. Thank you so much. Come nu.
감사합니다. Kom nu.
Come nu. 네, 우리 덴마크의 클립 선수와 인터뷰 만나봤습니다. 뭔가 이렇게 데이 2 어제 좋은 성적 때문인지 엄청 자신감이 넘치는 모습이었는데요. 저희는 잠시 후 매치 3 테이크로 돌아오겠습니다. That was Team Denmark's clip with the interview. I love the confidence. They're gonna show something. So I'm excited to see what Team Denmark has for us for the rest of the day. We're gonna be back shortly with match 3 Taego.
for the young, happy seeing the young, synergetic soul. Feeling safer in everyday life, hey, see mine, safe for soul. With the innovation, you with the exciting, futuristic soul. Inspire the world, traditional technology, living global soul. Stand up for the world, Fair City soul.
Show some respect. Are you challenging me?
A tough nut to crack.
Now, shall we fight?
My turn.
All right, here we go.
Trust my shield.
Fire away! Gotta try harder, huh?
I'm not catching fades anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the ball. Keep it smooth cause I roll off in a taxi. With my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pull strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode. I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, Godfather. I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, Godfather. I'm the kingpin.
This is the world's fastest luxury SUV, so it's perfect for the multi-terrain driving you had to do in PUBG. But would it be a match for this iconic circuit?
Learning from a Formula One champion is something I don't think a lot of people get to do. It was almost a too good to be true experience. I almost felt a little bit like a dream. The car actually makes a great addition to the game because instead of having a low sports car, this is an SUV, so you get the off-road capabilities, which is very much needed in PUBG. It's definitely the most practical and overall most usable special vehicle skin in the game.
As you can see, there are so many customization options with the Aston Martin DBX 707 in Battlegrounds. And not just on the bodywork. Despite its size, the power allows you to land some pretty epic jumps. All in all, it's a really exciting addition to the game, so you should definitely use your crafter pass to access it in-game now.
That's really nice. Oh, it's so good from Rybox. Right on the money. Gonna follow up with another one here. That was bouncing in, and he's got it done.
So still on the northern edge and Korea to the southeast to contest with on their path into this circle. And I mean, unless they can handle these neighbors to the best of their ability, as Loki just pops off on Denmark.
I think Loki was looking to see if he had a frag grenade. Oh my God!
Wow. Engagement.
That bounced off of him.
Oh, look at this Dane.
That smoke though. It bounced off him. Oh. So much danger. So much danger, BB. Oh, the car. Oh, everything's falling apart for Canada.
In close quarter situations like this one, finally the breach coming through. Soul is going to try and push. He gets flashbang though. He's just spraying like mad, trying to hold on. Bard coming with a DBS. Oh, and he gets taken out. It was actually T-Bone there with the AUG. And then the DBS comes through and Nonix gets knocked. And Korea is...
Finna. Just grenade. Oh, well, he didn't get the time. Oh, he didn't get the knock. Opportunity though. Immediately the grenades start raining out from China. Longsker gets Keenan. Finna trying to do what he can. He might get the knock. He gets two. Big one there. Finna still alive, still fighting. Keenan's grenade got in there. 8 left, just barely close. So close to getting knocked.
Oh, that nade's also good. A lot of damage. Oh, that nade on Show. Is it going to be enough? Barely not.
Show gets the heal off though. Finna's follow up, the last frag in the bag. Gonna come through if it bounces under the carcass. It's right at his feet. It's beautiful. What a play from Finna. Welcome back, everybody, to PNC 2023, live from Seoul, South Korea, here in the historic Sangam Coliseum. Paper Thin State coming at you once again. We are done with Miramar for the day. Now we move on to Taego and Vikendi. So excited here. Some fans for the UK, some T-Bone fans as well coming out to show their support. You love to see it. Fans from all over the world have traveled here to South Korea to show their love and appreciation for these teams.
Yeah, we got a packed house here in Sangam, and you love to see it. This place gets absolutely bumping, especially yesterday when Team Korea picked up their first ever chicken dinner. I cannot wait for them to come up again, but really fans from around the world and fans supporting teams from around the world. It's beautiful to see all these nations and regions coming together, and let's get back into the action. Map number 3 is ready. Let's go to Taego.
And we are up and away here for the next game. Plane path going to be a almost directly straight line down from the army base to the school towards Songam. And so this is going to be a little bit difficult for the teams that like to drop Gangneung, Ohyang, those areas over on the eastern side.
I said Songam, and I'm like, I heard Sangam, and I'm like, wait, are they dropping here?
They're dropping our studio. Oh my God!
We gotta get out of here.
Is there a DBS on the ground? Help!
A little bit action is in the cards, but no, not too many clusters except all the way down here on the south. And actually, I hold that thought. We got Brazil and Australia both landing here. Let's see if Haven can pick up a vehicle.
Luke
Seems
12.
like Luke 12 is just going to peace out in that buggy.
He went for the timing on the run over there. He was going to try to run over Haven as he was landing, but Haven just able to kind of pull up enough to not get ran over there. A nice little attempt from Luke 12. I just found out, talking to Wooly, one of the coaches from the Americas region, that on the new Miramar, Taego, and Vikendi, I guess the circles don't have to touch the plane path anymore, even though this one does. But from what they've seen, apparently that maybe on the new maps is no longer part of the rules, and I think probably has to do with like emergency pickups and those kind of things coming into the game, that it's not as disastrous to have to worry about that. So I apologize a little bit, fans out there.
Yeah, they mixed it up a little bit on us. But wait, so Erangel, it's about the same. It still has a touch. For now. We'll see. Yeah, that's a crazy change. The fact that the circle really is truly unpredictable, because when it comes to landing and choosing your spots and then pre-planning your rotations as that first circle comes in, a lot of that has to result by kind of the math in terms of where's the circle most likely to go given the plane path, what areas are different teams going to be landing in, what do we have to potentially contest with on our path in, as those things kind of get sorted out in skirmishes. But instead, yeah, a little bit more chaotic here, and I kind of like that. It's fun.
Why not? Especially with emergency pickups in the game. I think it's fine. Oh, and also I guess gliders, but like really it doesn't matter too much at the pro level. I mean, they're all kind of good at rotating in time and getting in these vehicles and doing what they got to do. The speed at which they loot is also just like, it's something you don't really get to see at all in esports, and it's something that's kind of underappreciated a lot, is how fast and how efficient the looting is on pro teams. So something that kind of in your pub games isn't as big of a deal. Also, there's not many hot drops, so it's not like you're getting caught up in bad spots outside of the circle potentially, but completely different circle than what we saw yesterday on this map. We are going to the southwest end of things, not to the northern island. And as we saw in the little infographic that was put up there, Denmark was our top fragging team on Taego yesterday. Can they have the repeat performance? Again, a solid day for Denmark so far. They're putting up points.
Yeah, already at 61 points overall, less than 20 points shy of rank 1. They're good for top 8, as their debut performance here at PUBG Nations Cup has just been a really impressive one, all things considered. It's a solid team from top to bottom, a lot of skill on that roster, and they certainly are showing up and working as a good, cohesive unit here to start things off. And if they can pick up a lot of kills on Taego the same way they did yesterday, as you mentioned, we could easily see them contesting top 3. I mean, it is a tight pack right behind Argentina.
Exactly. Really, really curious about that Denmark team, man. I really think that, if they can continue to just be consistent coming in tomorrow, they could make a real splash. Speaking of splashes, somebody's out in the water. He's out in the island. They're going out to the island here, and now
a little vacation retreat.
Well, okay, there is the key room out here. So if you have a security key, you can open the room on this island. But it looks like to me he's just running past. He's just decided to not rotate with the rest of his team. He's going to try to swim and then get over to the other side. Maybe just do a little scouting. You can see pretty decently. Okay, I'm not going to lie. I spent a bit more time on that island than people probably should, because I don't play this game kind of normally. I like to have a little fun. But from that island, you can see pretty well to that southern coast towards where Germany is if you're looking at the map stream. By the way, you should definitely be watching the map stream at home.
Yeah, it feels essential to me.
Pull it up on Twitch, wherever you're watching, YouTube as well. So it's a really awesome way to kind of get the full experience of PUBG esports, watching that map, keeping track of your favorite teams and players, seeing how and when they're moving, and seeing how and when that's going to impact the game.
Yeah, some of the way these teams set up their 1-3 splits or their 2-2 splits is honestly just phenomenal, and you can't really truly appreciate it until you see the architecture of what they've laid out on the map feed. You really need the big picture to kind of look at that. And oh, what a nice little spot for you to camp in, Soul. Got these pretty little flowers right there. Put one of those in your hat. On the tail end of the buggy. It's gorgeous. I love Tago.
Me too. It's a beautiful map. And Korea in the fall, which is the tree colors that is chosen for this map, is stunning. I can't say enough about how gorgeous this country gets in the fall. It is just incredible. Now, Toretto, though. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Come on, man. You got to see this buggy, and you got to know something's up, but he's just driving right at it. There's no way in hell Soul's going to let you get away with that.
No. Maybe another player, but certainly not Soul right there. Is Korea, this bridge camping immediately pays dividends. Toretto goes down from Team India, and Korea draws first blood here in match number 9 of PNC 2023. Evan going to try and find some damage here with the 4X Mini, but it's a long shot to be found, so only a little bit of damage on the IGL Salman.
Well, good news for India is it's just one that you sacrifice over to that. It could have been a lot worse, for sure. And
what's it going to be?
It is what it is. A 15x scope? Yeah, you want to use that? That thing's hard to use. Nobody.
Yeah, he's just picking up. I like that.
You're nuts. Are you one of those? Oh, wait, hold on. Dimas has somebody, and it's Brexico underneath his sight lines, and these guys are harassing the heck out of Germany today, Vietnam. And this is great for them in terms of the leaderboard as well.
Yeah, they have an incredible position over there on Germany, who's trying to make their way down towards the prison. You know, kind of just doing German things and taking the edge cam, but Vietnam has this wonderful arc right on that road and even across it. So Germany immediately losing Rexco on their way in. Koa is kind of the anchor now for a 2-1 split, but here for it's Chris and Micah. I mean, this Vietnamese team, as we've seen time and time again, they do not shy away from these fights. They are now on the hunt for these German players.
I mean, literally, Vietnam chose violence today. That is all they are doing. And Germany is scared. I mean, they don't want to fight. They're trying to get out of here. They want to play edge. That's their job. And you know, this is allowing actually Canada as well. I'm seeing them on the other side.
Japan is coming down the road.
Or Japan,
right
excuse me,
now.
not Canada. Japan.
Here, okay, Canada Imhawk going to be running on this. Are we going to have some hot switches into the passenger seats? Oh, man, losing a lot of momentum. Imhawk's going to use that as an opportunity, or maybe not. He thinks twice about it, but okay, the battle commences. It's Chris with a fantastic spray. I don't even know how he found that angle. It was so tight on Pure Boy, but he got him. And now Micah coming in is going to try and do the same thing. Rudak's coming out of his vehicle is going to be able to shoot down Micah, but a lot of damage being dealt his way as well. Finally, Koa going to go down, and Germany just getting completely picked apart. And, I mean, it was just a domino effect of bad event after bad events. First time you run through Vietnam, you immediately lose the player, and then on the retreat back, as Vietnam cuts off your exit point there on Hosan Prison, you run straight into Team Japan, just barreling down on you. It could not have been drawn up worse. And I mean, that's not a decision-making fault there by Germany. It's just sometimes the way it goes here in PUBG.
Yeah. Yep. that's the pressure that Vietnam is putting on these teams today. Is forcing errors out of them. You know, those are forced errors. It's nothing, again, like you said, Germany didn't really have a lot of great options in that situation. Turning and fighting Vietnam when they've got the pressure on you like that is difficult at the best of times. And so, you know, just, again, unfortunate timing in a way. And Japan, great little recovery there. They lost a player early, but they stood their ground, took a good fight, and now they're going to be able to go to the prison, recover. I think the funny thing about that fight to me is looking back at the map, Vietnam drove away from the prison after Germany left and kind of gave up on that fight. But had they continued, I think they might have been able to come in and swoop through and finish off Japan.
Yeah.
Because Japan had 2 knocks.
That would have been crazy. In fact, that area of the map just has so much traffic right now. Everyone coming in through this western corridor. Is now Thailand taking the same route that both Germany and Japan did earlier in this game. And let's take a FAMAS air suppressor 3 gear. That's a nice package.
It is. Yeah, that gun really good. The FAMAS, one of the newer additions, of course, to the crate guns, and not bad at all. That 5.56 assault rifle, and
all the crate 5.56s have just been fantastic from the beginning of PUBG's history, basically.
Yeah. The machine gun. Oh man, we are going down towards Songam, like hard. The shifts today are pretty brutal.
Keep drinking those Americanos, paper thin.
You got it. I'm doing it.
Yeah, this is going to get congested very quickly on the northwestern and northern sides, and we might not have a break in the action for a couple of minutes after this thing gets going with Himas. He was prone, thought he can get the spray there on Kane, but Kane just kind of threw the Matrix, just able to dodge all but 1 bullets there. I thought Himas was going to get a little bit more damage done, but it's a tough angle there on that pony.
All right. This fight happens anyway, I guess. I was kind of...
It's Vietnam.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they just kind of stood their ground and Japan kept rotating. Now, the good news is those ponies are really, really maneuverable. They're fast. They handle terrain decently, but they're kind of in disarray here. Japan is kind of lost in the sauce, trying to figure out how to get away from Vietnam, and they're going to have to pull back for now. But the thing is Vietnam still has members trailing here, potentially going to keep track. And Japan is going to have to really drive further, like a lot further north to get away from Vietnam.
Yeah, they're going to try and regroup with Pure Boy and Imham over there to the north. And luckily for them, Vietnam decided not to try and cut them off there in that corner edge. Instead, just trying to work their way all the way down to the southwest. And Vietnam, you know, credit where credit is due. They're playing very aggressive like this, but what have they gotten in return? They've gotten a southwestern quadrant of this map that's going to be very open for them to come in. Germany's not contesting it. Japan is not contesting it. Coming into the west of Songam, they're going to be really happy with that position.
Yep. Exactly. Waikikamukao's got that AWM. We've seen it be so impactful here today so far. 2 times we've seen it in 2 different games, whether it be Sparking or Rybox. They have been just disgusting with it. The Latin American players have been really shining. Now let's see if the cow can do so as well for Australia. And that, I'm not exactly sure. There's something in that vehicle they wanted to show us. Some, you know, again, players could store items in vehicles now, so you're going to see a lot of that. They load up those vehicles with some extra Panzerfaust or meds or whatever. But kind of curious exactly what's going on with that Porter.
USA now coming in on the northern side, a little bit to the east. Rushing by Chinese Taipei, and also Argentina now rotating through, excuse me, Thailand. I don't know why I got stumbled on my words there. Same way Puchil's got stumbled with that spray. Is not too much able to happen there. Would have been a nice pick if he was able to find a knock onto a Team Argentina that is not quite running away with this one with a 10-point lead on second place Vietnam. Pretty much everybody in this lobby would love to see some Argentina players go down in that kill feed.
USA has the MG3 here, and they're going to be driving right by Chinese Taipei. Savior going to be hiding underneath the rock, or the rock line.
USA thinks they're safe
have no idea
because of this.
They have no idea. They have no idea. Savior here's grenades. He has an opportunity to do some serious damage. There's one. He knows another's out there at Shrimsy with the FAMAS, but Savior doesn't like it. Doesn't like the time that he was given. Is going to flush kickstart, but a good grenade from Shrimsy is going to find a knock.
Yeah, but this gives time for the reinforcements from Chinese Taipei to come in. Savior was a little bit maybe fast with a gun. Wanted to get that immediate spray down on the USA. They've caught wind of this, so the jump from Chinese Taipei is not going to be very good. Leo immediately gets knocked by H-Win. Meanwhile, the circle working its way down to the southwest. These players are going to have to rotate very far. They're the furthest from the apex of this circle. As Pongsker gonna try and get Snakers coming in, but actually it's gonna be Shrimzy with a drive-by headshot. Able to dispatch Pongster, and now Chinese Taipei is in disarray as the USA looks to mop them up.
Yeah, they are not thrilled that they had to lose Kickstart in this rotation to the rat play from Savior. Zenon, Leo flanked out. Leo with the rock, Zenon with the trees. And H-Win knows exactly where Leo is. 100% he knows somebody's behind that rock. Circle is about to start forcing the position here. Oh, Turkey tried to use the emergency airlift right into Canadian and Korean territory. There's the grenade from Shrimzy, finds Leo, crawls up on the rock he knows it's over. He's just trying to get the info for Zenon. Can Zenon make anything happen?
Zenon does have a pretty good angle. It seems like the USA is not keenly aware of this just yet. Nope, hold that thought. H-Win does a ton of damage. Zenon basically one bullet away from a knock right here as Chinese Taipei. He's their last hope. 67 HP, the blue is here. The nades continue to rain down, and finally he gets cleaned up there by Snakers as the USA annihilates Chinese Taipei. They're gonna go down 15th out of 16th, and USA, they get vengeance for their fallen comrade.
Yep, absolutely. Not bad at all. I was kind of curious about Korea earlier. I saw they had a player flanked out to the southeast of Sungam, right by the edge of the map, and they are going to use that opportunity to take the city itself. Brazil Haven stuck out here in some bushes. Australia just ahead. Now he's pretty well obscured in these bushes. They are really thick, so it's not like the bushes on Erangel where you can kind of see through them sometimes. This one, pretty much he should be good to go. And Sparking and Draft King combined fire from Latin America, putting the pressure onto Australia as Waikikamuka scrambles to get inside.
Yeah, 2 knocks coming in here on Team Australia. Luke 12 very low on HP. We'll see if Drafting can actually find an angle on this one. Seems like it's a little bit difficult. Just fishing as best he can here with a Mark 12 on a 6X. Australia should be able to get those reses, but man, I gotta say, this whole area around Sungam, very densely populated. 3 teams in total already in that city, and you gotta think that with this upcoming circle, one of these teams is gonna have to rotate somewhere, and that can cause a lot of mayhem in the city.
Absolutely. Now, I think Show, yep, no longer for this lobby. It's going to be set down by Haven from Brazil. Brazil doing a phenomenal job here out in the open, getting some big, impactful kills. They've got a little bit of a shack, and it's going to shift up away from Songam out into those fields. Looks like we have a little bit of a rice paddy finish potentially brewing for this circle. About half of it, most of it in the middle. It's going to be those fields. Really interesting to play from, of course, with the edges on the fields. Like you and I were talking about it earlier today.
And USA making a very interesting rotation right now. Snakers really low on HP with this blue. One tick away from getting knocked, and they come straight into India. So Sailback gonna get 2 knocks on H-Win on Snakers. That vehicle immediately decimated. And the USA, this rotation did not go to plan. They were not anticipating India to be this far into the southeast. It's all up to Shrimzy right now with this FAMAS. Can he get some revenge? Can he get some points on the board?
I think he should try. I don't think he has any other hope of getting many other points than trying to take a fight there and see if he can win it. He doesn't have any frags, though, in the bag. That grenade bounced really nicely. Hits the backside of the Chinese players, putting them down to about half health each. They're going to have to sit behind that vehicle and try to go for heals again. Meanwhile, Crazy trying to get back into it. Korea now going to dive through the divided forces of a bunch of different teams. This is so tricky to maneuver, driving right by the Canadian players. Adam not really able to find that spray. Soul's gonna have to bail out of the vehicle, take some damage for his trouble, and it's actually Schofield from Turkey that's gonna find the knock.
Yeah, Korea right now is stranded on 3 sides by Brazil, Canada, and Turkey, so they are getting picked apart. So much damage being done to this team with only 2 players left standing. Loki and Adonix on very low HP as the nades continue to raid down. These ones coming in from Brazil and Haven as T-Bone behind all this will be the last one to clean China. Longscore gets eliminated, and China is out of this lobby. This bad one for them here on Taego. And South Korea is still trying to salvage this situation. But even if they get this res off, I mean, it's such a difficult one to play from. Surrounded on all sides.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a decision, and Adam's making it for them. He's got the knock and essentially the flush. Yeah, there it's confirmed. The problem is this fence gives really good sight lines for Canada into the position of Korea. Now Brazil smells points, and they want to think about trying to go for them. Here come the grenades. Here comes LFP1 with a machine gun of his own, trying to see if he can get an angle, but not going to feel like it's comfortable enough just yet in Korea. Probably close to out of smokes at this point, and they are going to potentially need them. Again, one of those odd situations where a blown-up vehicle is a blessing because it's static cover now.
Yeah, Brazil kicking themselves. I bet they wish they had just a couple more frag grenades to finally flush Korea out of that entrenched position. Now Shrimzy, lone survivor here for the U.S. and the FAMAS, gonna make some damage happen. This is revenge on the Indian crew that took out his teammates, and yes, he does get the kills. 5 in total, 448 damage already. So although the USA is down to 1 man, Shrimzy is still racking up the points for him.
He's an unbelievably talented player. Sometimes overshadowed by Tiggleton, but he is dangerous as heck in his own right. And that is why he has consistently been on these Team USA squads the last couple of years. Such a strong player with the Sonics, such a legendary team in the Sonics. Here comes Vietnam now, and I would not want to be on the receiving end of this Vietnam squad if they can find anywhere to really dig in and set up shop. And Brazil kind of gonna have to allow it, as we saw earlier. Not a ton of frags floating around in the Brazilian squad's bags.
Yeah, pretty much none to be found here on Brazil, but Vietnam, they don't know that exactly, so they're gonna pull off a little bit, move to a bit of a safer location. Had Brazil had a lot of frags in the bag, then if Vietnam actually posted up in that entrenched position, it could have been a very dangerous one for them. So instead, just gonna play it a little bit more conservatively, consolidate over here on the southwest side, and we'll see what they're able to get done as it quiets down a little bit over here, waiting for the circle to pop.
There's still some teams outside of the circle: Japan, Denmark, UK, Canada a bit, Shrimzy, and then a little bit of Argentina that are going to have to make moves into this circle. Japan's the one I'm concerned about. They are either going to have to like take an edge of a field or try to crash Thailand, but Denmark already sliding into the northern end. Should be okay there. Sparking and company putting some pressure on Argentina. Knock up on the hill. Res being attempted. Here comes Japan. They're going to opt to choose to try to crash Thailand. Tanadol, grenade in hand already. He is going to have to back up a little bit with that Molly at the door, buying a little bit of space here. Japan, a few more frags to throw. Should be able to maybe do some damage to Tanadol. Going to push him back with that blue zone grenade, but so far, no knocks.
No knocks coming in yet, but Kane goes through with another frag grenade. That one gets a little bit of damage done here on Tanadol, as Tanadol has been fishing with a couple of these frags, but hasn't been able to make too much happen. Now Waikakamukau, keep in mind he does have that AWM. Would love to find some damage with it. Japan in a really dangerous position because they have Denmark, and yep, see that right on the kill feed. Gustav gets a knock there on Pureboy. Denmark is lurking in the north on the hilltop in the trees, watching Japan try and breach this Thai compound. And Clip on the minimap, you could see him right now there in the bottom right. He is coming in for some kills. He knows that Thailand is having a hard time, or Japan, excuse me, is having a hard time breaching this position, and he wants to get some kills for it. There we go. Big spray on a Kane.
Yep, that's a good opener, but Alay from a long way away, and Waikakamukau with that AWM. A great kill point salvager is that gun. Rossiter Jr., just not much he can do. If he pokes his head up, he feels like he's going to get taken down. Points being cleaned up here by Denmark on Japan's backside. Trying to defend this position is the remaining forces of the Japanese squad, and Vimy trying to recover a player, and now trying to come to life is Rossiter Jr. Feeling like their knock's done, but Australia knows it, and they try to take advantage of it.
And Denmark actually taking a lot of damage trying to breach this position. It was not as easy as they envisioned to start things out. Circle behind all this, center down to the southwest. So for these teams here in the northwest, Thailand, Denmark, and Japan, there isn't too much ground to cover, but it's densely populated.
Evox is staring at the wall, knowing the pain is coming. Just trying to shield himself as much as he can. Korea somehow still alive in this. I am frankly quite surprised that they're still kicking.
I actually forgot about them.
Oh, the mortars though!
Oh, wow.
Oh, Shin Boy. Perfectly placed.
It's right on his head.
Oh, that's beautiful, Shin Boy. Well done.
He's admiring his work right now.
I would be too. I would be too, dude. I'd feel so good about myself. Loki, though, still has this exploded vehicle. I think Brazil might try to do something about this. Problem is UK is sweeping down into Canada's northern flank. Might cause some problems. Brazil also can't push out from that warehouse, that small warehouse building, because they could take some damage from the UK as well.
Yeah, Brazil basically has to hole up in that structure, and now the UK seems like they're just happy to play gatekeeper here on Team Canada. Team Canada has maybe 25 or 30 meters to go to get into this circle, but the UK is not going to give them an inch of it. And the Eagle situations, there are a couple options for Canada. Actually, hold that thought now as Thailand, Australia popping off. We have Norrens coming around the angle. He got the first knock there on Luke 12, trying to find another one. Flashbangs coming through. Norrens able to avoid that. Very low HP though. No boost to be found, so he's gonna be sitting at 52 HP for a while. And so many flashbangs.
Yeah, just trying to buy time to get Luke out, doing some damage. Here he comes around the corner and they're ready for it. Waikikamuka is going to send Thailand out of this lobby. Canada losing a couple players. It's actually Loki finding a flush there. That vehicle
just pushing Finna.
Just moving Finna down, and the circle about to maybe finish the job. Alay almost getting the knock here. On the finish, excuse me, onto somebody in UK Bard, I believe.
And for now, this position for Argentina is really nice. They got a tree, they got a little bit of a lip here on the top of this hill to play with, and Ale is just using that to the best of his ability to cause some problems here for Team UK at very long range, about 250 meters. And Canada somehow is working their way closer in. That blue is getting closer and closer.
And this is not going to be good for them no matter what. This is going to be near impossible to get out of with the UK barreling down into their fence line. Loki on the other side of it, one of the best in the business when it, just forget it.
Yeah.
Just, Vard says no. Ooh, come on.
Trying to make something happen with that AWM. Blue zone grenade comes in here. UK have been able to consolidate over here on the southeastern side, but they still have to work through Loki. Last remaining player there for Team Korea. And also Brazil, keep in mind, they are in that smaller warehouse.
And by the way, Loki just one of the best to ever do it in terms of these solo plays. He is so brilliant, so smart, so wily, so difficult to keep track of, so difficult to dig out of positions because of how unbelievably talented and smart he is. Just cannot give him enough credit. And the UK turning their attention to this Brazil compound. If there were some frags and some blue zones, they could easily deal with this, but stuns are going to come out. Brazil trying to flank out, but Fex is ready for it. There's a bunch of damage being done. T-Bone as well. Gonna get Vinny. UK should have Brazil pretty well trapped.
Yeah, UK, even with a lack of utility items, able to make good work here, and the positioning is just fantastic. Vard on the flank side, able to quickly dispatch Sparking in Brazil. While it looked like they might have been safe in that compound, not for very long. And now Vietnam and Argentina, two heavy hitters at the top of the leaderboard, battling toe-to-toe, both 2v2, one man down. Vietnam, finally Tiggleton actually from Australia getting into the fray, takes down Duck Juice. UK continuing to breach this compound. Honey Badger coming in, just checking all of his corners, but didn't catch the left one fast enough. Behind all this, Vietnam was able to clean Argentina, so Argentina's out. Vietnam only one player left standing. We'll see if he can get the res as the battle rages on between UK and Brazil.
That's huge for Vietnam, taking down the team on top of them, maybe able to climb a little bit closer. Honey Badger able to scoot out of that building and get rezzed here by Vard. Haven and LFP1, though, dug in on both sides of that door, and a great grenade from Hemas.
Wow.
Finds Waikikamuka and Flood. Vietnam seems unstoppable today. Tiggleton down as well. Vard, though, gonna get LFP1, and he is gone, and Hemas just wiped Australia. He just did it. I mean,
wow.
I don't even know what to say about this guy. He is just built differently.
Took his life, but he brought a lot of players down with him. Vietnam with 7 kills in the lobby, but now it comes down to 4 teams. UK, the defending champions, and Turkey back again with a full 4-man squad looking to go back-to-back here.
I'm just so thrilled with Turkey today, playing just phenomenal. Getting away with that maneuver and not getting away with that is Haven. He is down and out. Vard really clicking here. 10
Loki.
kills for UK. I'm telling you, he's just really, really good at doing this. I don't know why or how, but he's always been brilliant in these solo rat plays. And again, rat in a very positive connotation.
He's a mouse.
He is a mouse. He is just so sneaky. He's like one of those like tarantulas that like hides underneath the sand and like springs out and like gets a bird or something. He's unbelievable.
Gets a bird, one of those big tarantulas.
Yeah, man.
It's an Australian tarantula.
He's huge, dude.
All right, well, battle raging on. Turkey A vastly controlling the circle. They recognize the position. UK and Korea are both across the road, and look at the angle that Vard has right now with very minimal utility from Team UK. I mean, they don't have a lot to work with here. They need to find some knocks to give them an opportunity. They're not going to be able to tunnel their way through this area with smokes, but they also have Loki right here in this dip to contest with, and he's just causing problems.
Problem for Loki, dude, is he doesn't have any smokes to get out of this. He has to fight his way out, and Turkey could just kind of hold the other side. Just absolutely dumb. He's so good. 3x spray, finally going to be taken down, but still huge salvage points there for Korea, for Loki. And now that's a player down for the UK against Turkey, looking to go back-to-back.
Turkey with 4 men up, a lot of damage there on T-Bone, actually trading with the Mad, who dips down to 42 HP. Turkey, they haven't been using quite as much utility as the UK, so they have a little bit left in the bag. Should they need it, T-Bone is going to prone here with a ghillie suit. Very lucky to have that ghillie suit, try to use this foliage as soft cover here, trying to hide himself from Team Turkey with this prone spray, able to get a lot of damage done, but it's a dangerous angle.
I'm kind of curious how well Turkey out for that spray from T-Bone kind of identified his position. Now he's moving to make things even more difficult. They are not ready for this. The Mad, Code Marco, not even looking in this direction, not even considering it a possibility. Vard's gonna try to cross the road, but he's spotted by Laza, taken down. Vex got a knock onto the Mad though, and if T-Bone can find some serious damage, he's trying to spot the heads of Laza. Vex taken down, it's all on the T-Bone for the UK. The circle's on his back, that's one. He has a lot more work to do, not gonna happen. Back-to-back wins for Turkey.
Oh man, Turkey is finally firing on all cylinders. On day one, after what, 4 or 5 matches, they had a big goose eggs in the point columns. And now look at this, we're a couple of maps in on day 2. They are ranked 10, 47 points, back-to-back wins, 6 kills with Ontego. And what was that, 2 men up at the end? Almost the full 4-man squad till the final moments. Turkey has finally gotten their second win, and they are ready to start contesting that top 8.
Monster performance from them so far today. UK having a good game here. Lots of kills, getting deep into it, keeping themselves just ahead of Turkey on the leaderboards as well. So this is well-deserved fist bumps for the UK. They played that game really, really well. They were containing so many teams, just slowly, methodically working through them. And you know, it wasn't fast. It wasn't a hot knife through butter. It's just, you know, taking your time, enjoying a little bit of scenery, but keeping most of their players alive. You know, if it isn't for Loki there, maybe taking down Honey Badger, who knows? That one I think could have shaken out a lot differently if Honey Badger was able to avoid that finish.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just kind of the positional play that comes down in the end. Turkey had a great read on exactly where their opponents were. They fanned out, and they made sure that pretty much no one had an opportunity to cross that road. UK, they did send one special agent to try and make some magic happen, but at the end of the day, Turkey is still able to emerge victorious and really put themselves on the board. And yeah. I love this for them after the way they started out on day 1.
Me too, dude. I'm so excited for these guys. Just a great team. You know, a lot of them from Howl, Code Marco coming in to join them. Really, really good stuff. Japan here, able to win a nice little fight against Germany. That's something. You take those. India doing some damage in this game, getting some points. You know, we're happy to see them come back.
This rotation really hurt for Team USA. They were not expecting anybody to be here in this corner coming into the blue. Just a fraction of HP. Shrimsy was able to redeem them, but it was the lone man alive. Not too much to be found there. And then some beautiful mortar play again here in day 2. We're getting a little bit more mortar action as the weekend continues on.
Yeah, they really brought their abacuses today.
They got protractors and everything.
Yeah, they got protractors, maybe a graphic calculator somewhere, I don't know. Just so nuts. Brazil doing a pretty good job in this game once again, keeping themselves right at the top of the leaderboard. You can see there on the left-hand side that they're at 67 with Germany. Still in it, Denmark nipping at their heels. Still, it's extremely close on this leaderboard. I mean, I know there's a little bit of separation with Vietnam and Argentina, but that honestly isn't that big of a deal. It's basically one good game for a lot of these teams, and they're right back up at the top.
Feels like it just keeps getting closer and closer and closer in that top 5. But even the teams that are floating around, rank 6, rank 7, rank 8, just as you said, they're one good game away from emerging into a top 3 position.
Yep.
I mean, some of the games that are coming through, like Turkey instantly popping off with back-to-back wins. Not as many kills there in the second one as they got in the first one, but still, that is so many points on the board. I mean, absolute props to them. If we see, the defending champions, the UK do this, they could easily catapult themselves from, top 10 back into top 5. There's a lot of room for shakeups here, and the remainder of day 2 and in day 3.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much that can change still. And with the rise of teams like the United Kingdom and Turkey, who knows, Australia's having a really solid day too. They're right behind Turkey in the leaderboard. So, you know what? Anything's possible. This is day 2. Again, this is the moving day here for PNC 2023.
Germany and Chinese Taipei, but Argentina, two of the 2 heavy hitters. Germany had a goose egg in that one. No points. Argentina with only 1 in total. So, gotta say, man, it's a little bit of a tricky position for these guys. Argentina, it feels like sometimes they get really hot and they run away with things, and then some of these games that they've had, they're lacking the consistency that we saw from teams such as Germany in day 1.
Exactly. Curious to see if there's going to be adjustments after Tego. Yeah.
I love this pose from Laza, by the way.
Best.
It's the most intense, just don't let them know.
Yeah, look at this beard, man. He has come to shut the other teams up, and I love it. That's a great game from him. 3 kills, big time survival, of course, but a lot of damage done in between that as well. 348, not bad at all. And Argentina, yes, ahead, but only by 3 points over Vietnam, who is just fragging out of their minds.
Yeah, Korea 8 points behind that too. Germany and Brazil, Denmark as well, just knocking on the door. All these teams are 1 match away from upseating Argentina, Vietnam, Korea for those top 3 positions. It is so close, and that's exactly what I love to see. Sometimes we do events, especially PCSs in the past, where it feels like after the first weekend in a 2-weekend event, one team's just absolutely running away with it, like Petrichor Road or maybe 17 Gaming, just dominating. But here in day 2, we're just about at the halfway point. In fact, I think exactly at the halfway point now that we finished Tego. I have no idea who's going to be in the lead. It's really going to come down to, I think, the final matches on day 3.
Yeah, it's 22 points from 1st to 8th. That's a 12-kill chicken dinner.
Yeah.
That's the difference. If the top team goose eggs, that's all it takes. So this is outrageously close. And now all of a sudden, Turkey, with as abysmal as that first day was, they can definitely get this done. They can definitely actually be in contention for this thing. 2 wins and maybe another couple big games, and forget it. You're looking at Turkey as a team we're talking about going into the final day as a potential contender.
They can keep this up. I mean, back-to-back wins is pretty incredible. It reminds me of how Argentina set themselves up in the first place at the end of day number 1 by winning both games on Erangel. One of the impressive things for me with Turkey, though, it's not like they won twice in a row on Miramar. They won on 2 different maps, 2 different play styles. They were still able to make the positional play work for them. Going to emerge victorious, number 1 in that game. But the UK, a little bit more points. I mean, they're coming to life.
Yeah, exactly. Right when they needed to. Could this be the UK making another run at back-to-back PNC titles? By the way, that distance traveled a little bit misleading for Turkey.
Oh, I missed it. How much was that?
It's like 4,000. But that's because they used an emergency pickup. And
oh, that's right.
It's not counting that
I was going to say.
Yeah. But that's why you look at that and they're like, they didn't even have to move to win. Yeah, they did. We saw them parachuting. We saw them getting shot at while they parachuted. The only way to parachute on this map really is emergency pickups.
Yeah, that was
not many spots you can jump off of and parachute from.
And that was between Korea and Canada too, if I'm not mistaken. That was a dangerous drop that they did, and somehow able to miraculously escape with all 4 players alive. It's a ballsy play, but now we finish with Tego, Paper Thin. We're getting ready to go to Vikendi. Are we going to see some bear caves this time? We didn't get a chance yesterday.
Some thermal scopes, some bear caves? I don't know. I don't know what to expect on Vikendi. Yesterday was kind of a plain Jane circle. It was right down the center, right in one of those few kind of grassy areas of the map. Wasn't even a snow finish. And we are heading into Vikendi once again here. Get our second look at it ever for PUBG Esports. Let's jump into the game. All right, we are gonna do it, my friend. The plane path. Ooh, I can see it on the map.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's a spicy one. Quite far down to the south. So these teams might have to go back to the drawing board a little bit in terms of rotations, in terms of drop spots coming in on this one. And you know, I am a little bit sad that we didn't see too many of the unique, and in my personal opinion, extremely fun elements of this map at Kennedy.
Yeah.
We didn't see any bear action yesterday. I would love to see some of these teams go for those IR scopes, which are absolutely insane. I remember the first time that I saw that thing, I was like, oh boy. Pair me up with a DMR, Mini 14
Yeah.
or anything.
when you can see through smokes, I mean, that's just,
Whew.
that's the biggest deal. I don't know.
That's a monster.
Maybe maybe the teams just don't think it's worth it to go for them. It's, again, my assumption based on what we saw yesterday is that their current like risk reward calculation for those is that it's not worth revealing what you're doing on the mini map.
Yeah, but I mean, unless someone in
Or in
your
the kill feed, I mean,
immediate area is able to pounce on you going for
Yeah,
a
but
position like that one, then
If you're
what
within
does
a
it matter?
kilometer of Vietnam,
True.
they're gonna go for you.
Yeah, all right, that's a very fair point, actually. I didn't consider that.
Well,
All right, South Korea Loki landing here. For a second, I thought we might have had a hot drop, but Chinese Taipei just a little bit off. And once again, quite center here on Vikendi.
wow. Back-to-back center circles. Maybe this one will give us a little bit of a different look. That would be my hope. You know, Korea does have control over the center of this map, but other teams are contesting it. Again, the reason being is on Vikendi, the loot pretty good in some of these houses. So you can afford to kind of split it like you're seeing with Turkey 8. And you can generally get pretty decent, you know, equipment. I don't know if you're going to grab an MP5, but, you know, you can get some of the other guns. I think the MP5's not that bad, personally. But, of course, these players need that extra damage from ARs, so they're not going to use submachine guns if they can help it. But look at Schofield. I mean, you know, 3 frags, smoke here just in this compound. He's got all the, you know, he's got an M4, I think.
Yeah, the loot's good.
Yeah.
Oh, Clip over there. Is Soul
Does
actually
Soul know? Does Soul know?
There's no way he knows.
If he,
You're
if
not
he,
running on foot to that compound
Not-
if you know that somebody's in it, right?
or not through this field.
That would be
Oh,
insane.
maybe he does. Well,
Maybe.
well,
Have an interesting interaction right now. What
This is-
scopes does he have? Did
this
we
is-
get a glance at that?
no, this is gutsy. He only has a level 1 helmet, too. So, Soul, I think he might know. Based on some of the like kind of weird things he's doing with his movement there. Yeah, I think he knows. But, oh, Beamy, though.
Oh.
Beamy, did Clip see him and did he call it out? I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Clip now coming in. Soul's going to try and hide himself. Beamy, unless he was an eagle eye looking out of the sides of that vehicle, should have no idea that Soul is out there behind that tree. Look at this. Man, these towers, such a great vantage point. And Soul is just going crazy. The
It's
Ace 32.
time for Secret Agent Soul.
Yeah, he's going to try and set up for a 2v1. So if he can get the jump on either Beamy or Clip. Oh, Clip has a DBS. I think they might know about
I think they
this.
got to know.
With a DBS, it's
Yeah.
got to be, right?
Or they got to at least suspect it. Oh, heaven. Gets taken down by Flood. He did it again. He did this yesterday. Or not, it wasn't Flood.
Oh
It was
my
Luke 12.
goodness.
It was Luke 12 who did this. But this was kind of not thought about here. Loki's under a lot of pressure. Australia needs points. They want points. They know they've got Korea on the ropes. Loki just holding the angle. Not going to get the knock. He might want to throw that frag grenade. I don't know.
He doesn't have a first aid kit, so Loki very low on HP. Grenades coming in. He's going to have to vacate the top floor of that house as that nade was perfectly placed. Now Loki's checking the wrong angle. They're coming on the left side. And he is just outgunned right there. Waikikamu getting the flush with the frag grenade as...
It bounced off his head.
Did it?
Right, yeah, when he got knocked, the grenade bounced right off Loki's head.
Insult to injury, man. Get concussed by a
Loki
frag
saw
grenade
that,
and then
yeah,
it
he
explodes.
saw his death. It was
Oh.
right in front of his eyes. Well,
Hopefully it knocked him unconscious so he went out a little bit more
yeah,
peacefully.
right, yeah. Well,
Well-
this is disaster for Korea. Not only, I don't know if Heaven's been rezzed. I have to think so based on what I'm seeing on the map, but now Seoul kind of in a really do or die spot here. He doesn't have the ability to get reinforced, most likely.
No, not anymore.
It's not going to be easy. Yeah.
He has to get the jump on one of these players here from Denmark. With the DBS, I thought that they might have a clue, but considering how they're not really checking the angles as they breach these houses.
And he switched out of it. He was just putting the DBS in a spot. Now that we can see this again, he put it in a spot where he has it as like a backup.
Right. Some shots being traded here by China and Chinese Taipei.
They're Taipei.
They are Taipei, yeah. Although not quite as hard today.
Still, though, again, we've seen flashes of brilliance, and oh no, that sucks. I'm so sorry, Clib.
Rats say rats.
It sucks. That's a feels bad man, an FBM.
Yeah, Denmark's going to come in and reinforce this one.
What if
Actually,
Sol
all
just
arms coming.
wipes them all out?
Oh, that would be sick.
He's stuck in his chicken coop, though. That's not a chicken coop, but...
It feels like one, I guarantee it. Oh, the blue zone nade.
He's in trouble. He's just done. He's just done. Oh, what?
Yeah, I love him sticking it, but then he got no bullets left in the barrel. Just doing what you can. I mean, any situation like that one, Denmark, if they breach with 2 men, you're probably not going to get them both down. Now when Nonic is just like, all right, guys, this game's not going the way that we want. Let's just finish this thing out. Him and Heaven coming in on Denmark, trying to get some vengeance for Seoul. They're ace up the sleeve, and Onyx coming in with a nice angle right there. Actually able to take down BB, but he's on very low HP. Heaven quickly dispatched there by Gustav, and Team Korea is eliminated here. First one's out of the lobby in an abysmal start here on Vikendi.
Yeah, they pay the price for trying to, you know, punish Denmark for kind of getting near their territory, but it was actually Australia who outthought everybody. I think Australia played this so well. They got one of those kills. They got a couple of those kills on the Korea. As YK Kamukaus killed an Onyx at the end. So this is just really great stuff here for Australia. Now they control the center of this map with this 2-2 split. They've got Honey Badger with the M24 and some level 3 gear. A Groza to back up this M24 as well. Let's go, Honey Badger.
Yeah, that is a good loadout right there. Especially 7 minutes into the game. You have a lot of time to actually get some value out of these things. Love to see the Groza in action.
I'm rooting for him now. This is what a combo he's got.
Let's give me the Honey Badger cam, man. A Bolt and a Groza any day of the week. All right, so Vietnam.
Oh my God, who would have thought?
I think they have a pretty good idea that Thailand too, given the way that Haizaki is moving around this map, and especially with Rossit Jr. He's focusing right now on Vietnam. He's able to get Chloris, but Vietnam immediately fires back. Now the flush does come in there on Rossit. Do they know exactly where the remaining players are there for Thailand? Seems like he's trying to flush him out. Has a good read now on where Nurens is. Seems like he thought for a moment about re-peeking that one despite taking a lot of damage. We'll see how this nade goes. And that is
perfect.
Really good.
I as soon as he let it go, I was just like, that's getting the knock. I think that's pretty good. Just Nurens so strong. Here we go. What is going on today? This is just wild. I think that, a new map is what I'm gonna classify this kind of early game shenanigans as. Chloris down. He bleeds out to Rosita Jr. Nurens trying to keep Haisaki from being rezzed, but the rest of Vietnam kind of doing their best to make sure that Nurens doesn't get the opportunity.
Yeah, they hear the vehicle leaving now, so Vietnam should at least be able to get 3 men back up. Shooting 1 player for 1 kill. Not the best trade there. I think they were hoping to get a better jump on Nurens and his companion, but instead just going to get the 1 kill. And look at the minimap. Seems like we might have a little bit more action coming down. I see Honey Badger trying to make some plays happen with the M24 and the Groza. He's got the Snow Ghillie as well. I didn't even realize he had the Snow Ghillie.
Let's go. Oh man, as good as this day has been for Turkey, man, to lose a player to this kind of maneuver here from Honey Badger would be so devastating. Shrimsy has a knock onto LA. They're driving away with another player who's already been knocked there, I believe.
Yeah, 2 knocks in total there on Argentina. They do not want to put up another goose egg and allow teams like Vietnam, Denmark, Germany, and Brazil close the distance even more. Argentina needs to rebound.
Well, you got to feel like with the day that Vietnam is having that you can't afford to have 0-point games because they are just destroying everything. I mean, they are become death, destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, man. The encapsulation of, oh man, why am I blinking on this movie? Oppenheimer, yeah.
Yeah.
That is Vietnam right now. Yeah, it's a great film.
It's a great movie.
Well, Honey Badger still sneaking around here. He's got that Groza, a lot of ammunition in the bag. I don't think that Turkey has any ideas here. And in fact, Vard actually coming in with a vehicle, maybe trying to bait this out. Okay, Angle comes in. Honey Badger, we only caught a glimpse of it. One bullet away from getting a knock, but can't find. Oh, he gets the angle. That was probably the last possible bullet that could have connected right there. And Honey Badger made it work. That's lots of going down to the knock, and they should get the flush. Yeah, Vard confirms it. And now here we go, Denmark coming in on Australia, but a really bad opening here as Tigleton is able to dispatch him with a headshot.
Yeah, Tig knows he can't repeat that angle. He's under pressure. Did what damage he could.
Oh,
the cow
boy.
coming in as well. Australia holds firm and takes down Denmark.
That was a clean hold. Australia already picking up 4 kills. I gotta say, man, they're having a much better performance today than yesterday.
Isaki.
Oh, look at this!
Oh, it's Germany again. Brexco trying to drive away. Can he get out? Isaki, what are you looking at? You got to go for the guy in the car. He doesn't get it. Not going to be able to return fire.
I'm shocked he didn't get the knock there, man. He was so close. So close to that coop once it started rolling, but Brexco able to barely escape.
Yeah, this time around, Germany doesn't fall victim to these Vietnamese traps.
Yeah, just imagine like Japan now rolling in on them just like in the last game. Oh, it could be disastrous. Poor Germany.
Japan's on the other side of the circle.
They've had some bad luck.
Draft King, little shots with the Mosin there, and not really finding much. India on the outside of the circle with China, Argentina, maybe USA in front. One of the storms up there on the northern end keeping USA pinned down, at least for now.
Yeah, Argentina rotating down a little bit at this moment. Seems like just 2 or 3 players in this car. And USA just kind of camping it out. Actually, has the storm not reached this yet? Saw it on the minimap for a moment. I thought they would be caught in the middle of the snowstorm, but either just dissipated or is about to start up.
There it goes.
There we go.
There it is. I was going to say, I saw it on the minimap, so I just assumed it was already kicked off, but
yeah, the timing
I guess
could
there's
be
a
hard to
wind-up.
read.
Yeah, there's a wind-up. You get a little bit of a meteorological forecast there. Oh,
Open the weather map on your weather app on your phone.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, that scared me for a moment. Duck Chews, a little bit too close there, but better drivers than me. Oh wow!
Ooh.
Some close calls back to back to back. Himas was trying to get the knock right there, and on I think 1 or 2 HP, Puchil's able to base jump off that tower. Only take a little bit of damage.
Himas just built different, dog.
Man, these storms are terrifying from this angle.
They look so nuts. I mean, it's
that's like a category of like 12 tornadoes.
Yeah, right.
They go up to 5.
It's like an F12.
What the hell?
It's like the key you use to quit the game. You're like, get out of here.
Oh man, I love these storms. So much fun, yeah.
It's intimidating to see them for sure. They're really not that big of a deal when you're in them in a way.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they do a little bit less damage than the SAM storms that we have.
Oh, I don't know.
On Miramar, but it's hard to say exactly. You know, I've got kind of limited experience running in these storms as often. I try to avoid them when I'm playing.
This is pretty close to where we ended up yesterday on this map.
Yeah, we're probably not going to have another snow finish. Maybe 50 or 60% of this map is left in snow.
Yeah, unfortunate. I was hoping. I like snow, man. I'm from up north, so I'm a snow kind of guy.
Yeah, we don't get to see it very much here. I mean, Vikendi, its debut is this weekend in competitive PUBG esports, and we're getting a lot of, not necessarily snow, but just kind of frigid conditions here as Vietnam going to be running through these very skinny trees. I want to call out on the map very quickly as Hamas. I don't know if he got pit maneuver there, if he spun out, but Turkey in another fantastic position on the compound.
I suspect Tyre might have gotten shot out.
Ah, that was it.
Most likely.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, just based on the way that went. I mean, sometimes though the snow does kind of, it's a little funky to drive on, especially with the Zimas.
Not that funky though.
It can be. We'll see. Leo has taken Keenan out of the vehicle and taken him out of the lobby. Good spray there with that. He's an AK. Oh, come on, Honey Badger, do it.
Yeah, we haven't gotten too much action. I think Honey Badger maybe only with 1 kill with that incredible loadout that he's had since minute 7. Canada continues to go in.
No extended mag on that M24. Sad. It doesn't really make a huge difference usually.
Yeah, not too much for
Oh
the
man,
Bolts, but
USA's angry at India.
yeah, from the last game, man. They
Yeah.
got ratted. Well, not necessarily ratted, but they got caught in an unfortunate position. And not ready to let bygones be bygones. Oh, boy.
Oh,
The
if he
Panther
hits
got right
that.
on the vehicle. Oh, man, that was
Oh.
so close.
Oh, if he hit that, I would have lost my mind. And he's got a 4x on an AUG, spraying him down. Oh, well.
Another one.
He hit him in the invulnerable state. There's that brief moment when you're invulnerable when you get knocked.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't matter. Salman's like, nah.
How did he get a headshot on that spray? Just crazy. And now Leo here. Yeah, it was an AKM spray earlier that you called out. You were right about that one. And Salman eventually going to get cleaned up as actually crazy 1-1-2 from China. Going to get a finishing blow there. And USA able to consolidate their position a little bit there in the north. And honestly, it's very good for them to be able to clean up India because they have both Australia and Chinese Taipei and China to contest with on that north side, working their way into the circle. It's a dangerous position here. And actually, Argentina coming in. DraftKings, oh no, Flood went for the nade first. He thought he had more time. Instead, he gets flashed. And man, immediately dispatched there by Leave. It's only a G36, but that will work at close quarters in a situation like that one.
Alay just a step ahead of Flood. Flood tried to go up onto that tower again, and oh, what a spray from DraftKings onto Tiggleton. Tiggleton down, possibly out, and Argentina on this northern edge has the USA barreling down on them. Alay, oh, some serious damage being done. It's actually Canada who's getting involved in all of this. H-Win lets loose with a grenade. It bounces pretty far, isn't gonna get the knock. Oh, Kickstart gets squeezed in between the wall. Still gonna continue to make this push around the corner. It's being held by DraftKings, perfectly ready for it. H-Win gonna load up another grenade. Here comes Snakers. H-Win put down by Alay. Great defense here from Argentina.
Argentina playing this perfectly right now. DraftKings solo HP, finally able to get a heal off, so you're gonna start to fight back. And now Snakers, he's up against the clock. He wants to res his teammate Kickstart, but he might not have the opportunity. But oh, that final nade. Argentina eliminated. It was a valiant defense, but USA eventually getting the better end of the trade. And man, they have to keep fighting like that if they want to hold on to this position, because Australia right now to the north, right on their necks.
Snakers has to smoke off that other angle. He was pinned, trying to see if he can isolate that 1v1, and actually kills Waikikamukow somewhere else. Adam, nope, crazy, not having any of that. Shuts it down. T-Bone trying to do something, but Aches left to taking a bunch of damage from that spray. Gets knocked when they hit the compound. T-Bone gone though. Now China trying to stabilize here towards the center of the circle.
Yeah, T-Bone had a beautiful angle, but the sprays from China were just a little bit too quick. He never got the opportunity to capitalize on it. China just so dangerous when they breach compounds like that one. They work so well as a unit. And now here for Germany, playing a little bit more of their game, trying to hold the edge, but Japan rolling up on them. Germany, they hear this, so reinforcements are coming in. Micah, Koho, and it's Chris as the anchor. Fresco, the first one into the circle, and actually catching Japan, getting a little bit of damage done. Fresco with a good spray, but wow, Brazil firing back, and okay, here we go, coming in. Sparking with another headshot there onto Imhawk, man. I've been watching the kill feed. He's been getting so many headies with that Car 98. I wish we had a little bit more of that on screen, but he is popping off there for Team Brazil.
Yeah, Japan at least got a couple knocks on that entry. Oh, the shots coming through from Pongsker and company. Canada under pressure, but able to get a little bit of help from China to back off Chinese Taipei. Canada now, there's going to be a storm coming right on top of this fight very, very shortly. Pongsker on 2 health, has to plop down and go for the heal. Now here comes Thailand from the backside, right into Pongsker. That's one knock. They're going to see another. Can they get it? No.
Oh, they don't get Savior. And man, if this storm comes in, it's going to be a breath of life here for Chinese Taipei. They're struggling to hold on to this one. They are able to get rid of Finna. They know a res is happening in this smoke as well. Zenon can sniff it out. He doesn't know exactly the timing. This storm still winding up. At any moment, the snowstorm's gonna hit, and now here it is. Visibility at a minimum. Close quarters combat coming through. Adam at 1 or 2 HP, just trying to make something happen. He's able to dispatch Zenon. And Canada eventually is gonna get eliminated in Thailand. They wanna breach this position, but with this snowstorm, are they actually going to be able to find Chinese Taipei?
Well, the snowstorm claims its first victim. It gets a kill. That's a point out of the potential pool.
We're not getting no bear kills yet, but the snowstorm at least.
Do the casters get points when when the environment gets kills? Like, is that how this works?
I want to see a rank 17 on the leaderboard with a snowstorm.
The snowstorm, rank 17. That's right. Well, you're stuck now. Thailand, Chinese Taipei, nothing they can do except wait this out, really. And it's going to be about kind of timing and who's kind of read the maneuvering in the positions of their opponents. UK swinging wide, might be able to take the fight. I don't know how in the world Nuren's found that, but he's able to sneak up on Pongsker and take him down, continuing to press forward.
It's hard to even hear the audio cues in a storm like this one with the wind blowing as it is. It's difficult, so a very good find from them. And also on the minimap, it's a little bit larger than it might seem, as the UK players on the minimap, it seems like they might be right at the edge, but in fact, they're working their way closer and closer to Chinese Taipei. They want to get the jump on them as soon as this snow dissipates. And this is going to be a tremendous moment here once this snow starts to fade. The UK might be able to pounce on this Chinese Taipei position. Only a couple of seconds left, I want to say, on this storm.
I think...
oh, this angle is going to be wicked.
I like what the UK...
Oh,
yes.
He saw him!
There it is. Can we get another one? We've got one. Can we have two here? You've got one more player, but they're just going to try to get the grenades to work. They've got it. They've perfectly found it. Really nice here by the UK because they have to play edge. If they try to push China's compound, they're just going to die. So this is great. A great find here for the United Kingdom.
Yeah, it's a great catch. I mean, Chinese Taipei just kind of locked down by that storm, and the UK takes every opportunity given to them. Circle continuing to close in. Some fire being shared here by Team Thailand as UK is rotating all the way around to about a 3 o'clock position on this circle. There is an open compound for them, and if they can make their way safely into it, it could be a nice staging ground. But first, they're going to go for China. Fex has his eyes lined up on Longsker. He gets the spray in. Some fire is coming in from Brazil from a couple hundred meters out, but real focus right now is on China, with Crazy getting the knock there onto Fex.
A little bit of help from Thailand as well, as that hill is kind of obscuring some of the UK, but now the UK might be running out of space to maneuver. Honey Badger pausing momentarily, might be able to avoid that first grenade from Aches left. Indeed he does. Running, dodging, weaving. Bard actually gets the knock into Aches left. What in the world? Aches left overstepped. Got a little greedy there, and is going to pay the price.
They really wanted to get that knock, but instead UK, with 2 men left standing, could be able to make it all the way into this eastern compound, but they have their work cut out for them, because this circle all the way down south, and look at who is dominating the north of it, paper thin. It's Turkey once again in a fantastic position, this time only with 3 men up and surrounded by a variety of teams. But even if they can't come away with a win from this one, at this point, they certainly have the opportunity to start staging some kills.
Well, and here's the other scary thing is Germany just loaded up with a ton of gear.
Right.
I saw a P90 in there. I don't know what else they got, but it's not good for everybody else in this lobby, I'll tell you that.
Did he catch who got the P90?
Because it's Chris.
Oh, man.
There's an AWM for China. I mean, there's level 3 gear abound. There's a couple planes dropped right on opposite sides of the circle.
Yeah, I think 3 proper crates and then a ton of tiny ones. Yeah, that is a big drop here on Vikendi.
Yeah, I mean, that Groza still in Honey Badger's hands. They're going to make a drive with this Zima. Show with that AWM looking to punish. Vinny damage. LFP1 doing damage.
Woo.
A free nade out there with a blue zone. That's a knock. Can Honey Badger survive the level 3 gear, keeping him alive just a little bit longer? And he is done. He's been taken down by Sparking. UK having a tough go of it there, but I think did the best they could. Frankly, with 7 kills, that's pretty good given their situation.
That's almost impossible rotation. Now Thailand gonna have to make a move and crash this compound here on Vietnam. Opening salvo is fired here by Haisaki as he gets the knock there on Pooch Hills. He's going to rotate around, still full HP as Vietnam doing their best to consolidate this one. They get the flush. Thanadol does fight back. That's Hibas, a big gun coming down here for Vietnam. And Thanadol also now with a knock. So Vietnam, only 1 player left standing. Trying to fight here against Thailand. It's Duck Juice. He's going to throw a couple of nades. Try and give himself a little bit of space to breathe with. But man, this is a really tough position. Thailand with an excellent move on this position.
Oh, Nurens navigating the obstacle course of these mollies and blue zone grenades very nicely. Might have snuck underneath Duck Juice's nose. Germany, though, is watching this fight gleefully, raking in some points. Now Nuren's position reveal. Goes for the smoke, has a frag in the bag potentially, throwing the stun first, but he's in the suit, he's in the blue. He's at 11 HP, trying to sprint through. Duck Juice's gonna switch over to the shotgun, opens the door, ready and waiting, and yeah, that's easy money.
Thailand eliminated, they pay the price eventually, but Vietnam also now only down to 1 man. But keep in mind, they are tied with Argentina now at 83 points, and if Duck Juice can find some way to survive in the coming moments, maybe even get 1 or 2 more stray kills, we're gonna see Vietnam get a lot of placement points on the board.
Yeah, but if Germany just wins this game, then maybe they shoot up to first. I mean, that's
possible.
It's the crazy part of this. Vietnam is in first place now.
Brazil as well, in 3rd place right now with 3 men up.
Oh my God.
Oh,
is it Kowo?
boy.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Get out your abacus paper thin. Do the math. Is this mortar gonna work?
Yeah. Maybe he's gonna go for the exits of Turkey. He's looking to mortar the exit path of Turkey, I believe. I think.
He's just waiting for the right timing.
Maybe. We'll see. Kowo is such a nerd, man. I love it. he's done it with like
the nerd of all nerds. Is the nerd who uses the mortar in the game of PUBG.
Well, he got the Panzerfaust kill yesterday. That long range one.
Just wait until we eventually get drone warfare in this thing too. It's inevitable, I'm telling you.
We removed that. No, we removed that from the game. We're not doing that. Look at it. He's leaving him there. He's leaving him there. He's preparing for the future. Sparking. A little bit of damage being done. Maybe this mortar is intended for Brazil. I don't know. He's looking at it.
Yeah, he's looking at it, man. He wants. He wants to use that thing.
I guarantee he's asking his teammates if he should do it.
He probably has it lined up. I wouldn't be surprised if they just had a marker on exactly where it's keyed in, and they're just kind of keeping their eye on that location in terms of when to send the cue.
100%.
All right, well, Brazil's going to have to make a move as the blue is now coming in. Germany with some really good shots. Actually, Turkey getting all of these knocks and some kills. Brexco's able to steal one. He gets sparking.
That was some nasty shooting from Turkey.
Yeah, I thought Germany, with the angle that they had, was going to be getting pretty much all of those, but instead it's Turkey from the northern compound. Duck Juice behind all of this, continuing to rat it out.
I mean, this is wild today. The points Turkey is putting up.
It's crazy.
It is absolutely insane.
I mean, they might have their 3rd win on the day.
Yeah.
When all is said and done.
What did they start today with? I gotta look.
They were, I think, in 15th.
They had 9 points today.
Oh,
so far,
man.
46 points. And
It's absurd.
There's more to be found, I think. Germany, I think, in a pretty good spot here. There go the mortars now. First one, aiming for Vinny. Don't think it's gonna hit. It's Chris now is like, all right, well, there's only one here. See, no. I think he should be aiming for Turkey. I think if I'm him, I'm going for Turkey. Here goes another. Being spotted by Kowo.
Here we go.
See if the follow-up lands.
Excellent camera shot on this one. Let's see where it lands. A little bit too high, yeah. Hit the tree. I'm with you. I think that should have landed on Turkey instead.
There we go. Now they're trying. That one came up short. Do they have any more? Oh, now they're
one
returns.
more in the air.
Wait. These are
there's
coming
two.
back. Oh, Turkey is returning fire.
Okay, let's see how these ones land. Mortar's coming down. Seems like no big hints just yet. Vinny gonna make a move. He's trying to find some cover here in this forest.
Chris is looking for the angle underneath the vehicles, but can't quite see.
If they're able to clean up Vinny, then suddenly Germany has so much more room to work with, setting up an arc here on the south side of this circle.
Yeah, Kowo knows it. Code Marco, though, might just do the job for him. Wants those points, Vinny. Oh, my. Just barely gets down behind that car in time.
Everybody wants this kill.
Oh, he sees the beat. It's over.
All right, Code Marco picking up another kill there for Turkey. A5 on the board, looking for their 3rd win of the day. It's a 3 versus 4 Germany. They got to get a superior position to them, but Turkey, they do have some trees to work with. They have a lot of utility. They were held down in that northern compound, but keep in mind, the guns right now that Germany has are out of this world. They had a lot of crates.
The guns in position are really just better for Germany right now. It's going to take some tremendous shooting to get out of this for Turkey. Germany looking to win. Turkey looking for their 3rd win in a row.
FAMAS and a P90 on this Germany crew. A lot of level 3 gear as well.
Can they do it? Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, I don't know what you can do against Turkey, or excuse me, Germany's tremendous gear advantage that they have, not to mention the extra player on top of it. I think there's a Mark 14 in Turkey's hands. If I might, yep. Okay, the man is a Mark 14. So Turkey's got a little bit of extra oomph behind this. Here come the grenades now from Brexco, looking to see if he can catch Turkey, trying to push through the smoke, but they went over to the side.
A little bit wide. That next nade's almost good, but it is a flashbang, so not too much to be found there. Code Marco, keep in mind during all of this, he has maybe one clip left of 5.56. He's very low on ammo. He has to be very careful with how he uses those sprays. More nades now coming in. Brexco wisely backing away from that, just trading blow for blow. You see a 35 damage hit there on Code Marco. He's gonna have to pop a heal. And now that P90 comes into play. Final moments here.
I think this is about done unless Turkey can find just incredible shots. The walls are closing in. It's Chris just watching for Schofield. Schofield has to make a move sooner rather than later. Yep, gets taken down. It's Chris eventually finds it, switches over to the P90. The spray from Code Marco, trying to open up a little bit of extra space, not going to do much. The Molly to continue to harass and box in Turkey. And they have smokes, but yeah, exactly. Just start spraying through, man. I don't know what Turkey can do. This is tough.
That's a very tough position. Brexco actually coming in with a flank. He doesn't know, and that's going to be the finishing move. Germany just encapsulating Turkey there, the final moment, but Turkey, they break into the top 10, and Germany ties with Argentina now. In top 3, they move to second place as the shakeup in day 2 is absolutely real. We have teams like Turkey rising from the ashes in the contention, and that lead that Argentina had to start today, it's dissipated. Vietnam, Brazil, Germany, and Korea all closing in.
Well, think about this. It's Vikendi's being dominated by Germany right now. They've won both Vikendis.
Oh, they won yesterday too, that's right.
Yep.
Good call.
They are dominating this map, and I'm telling you, if that keeps happening, they are going to be in this. If they can dominate tomorrow as well, they are 100% going to be in this going into those last 2 Erangels on day number 3. Germany, I think, is like 1 point behind Vietnam right now. That's insane.
It's very close at the top right now. 1 point separate.